A supporting Landman character is more important to Season 2 of Taylor Sheridan's show than you realize. A supporting character in the Landman cast is more important than you realize, and he will be essential to Landman Season 2's story. Landman premiered alongside Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2, the closing chapter of Sheridan's landmark Yellowstone show. The idea was that Landman would be Yellowstone's neo-Western replacement, and it did a pretty good job as the Dutton family show's successor. Even more than Yellowstone, Landman's cast is stacked with acclaimed actors, with Sling Blade's Billy Bob Thornton helming the series as Tommy Norris. Landman's other characters include Tommy's wife and daughter, Angela and Ainsley Norris, played by Ali Larter and Michelle Randolph, respectively. Larter was a huge addition to the cast, as was John Hamm, who plays oil executive Monty Miller, and Demi Moore, who plays Monty's wife Cammie. Tommy's home life provides for much of Landman's drama and comedy, including more than just his wife and daughter. Tommy also lives with Dale Bradley, James Jordan, and Nathan Colmfior, and one of Tommy Norris' roommates plays a larger role than it appears at first glance. Angela can never get his name right, but Nathan is a staple around the Norris household. The MTech's attorney and administrator has lived with his colleagues since the series kicked off, with Tommy, Nathan, and Dale all living at Norris' rented house in Landman Season 1. Nathan's life is disrupted when Tommy's daughter, and subsequently his wife, come to live with him in Midland. As things begin to change around Tommy's house, Nathan tries to ignore the changes as much as possible, including Ainsley's controversial scenes in Landman Season 1. As Angela joins the crew at Tommy's house, with the Norris reigniting their flame, Nathan's calm, subtle demeanor contrasts with the rest of his roommates. Even Dale, who is also an outsider in Tommy's family dynamic, is more chaotic and outspoken, matching the rest of the Norris family. Therefore, Fear's character brings something truly unique to Sheridan's series that no other Landman cast member provides. The screenwriter can continue to lean into what Nathan adds to the series in Landman Season 2. As an eyewitness to Tommy's family, Nathan helps the audience gauge the proper reaction to key moments in Landman. When Ainsley comes to live with her dad and acts in a certain way around the house to the point where it is controversial both in the series itself and to audiences, Nathan's behavior reflects how uncomfortable many viewers feel watching it. Nathan does not feel comfortable about it, reflecting a deep-seated feeling among Landman's viewers, and thereby validating it from within. Likewise, when Cooper Norris, Jacob Laughlin, negotiates $1 million for Ariana's Polina Chevs MTech's settlement, Nathan's actions and reactions educate the audience that Cooper drove a fair bargain. As Cooper raises the stakes with MTech's attorneys, Nathan calmly communicates the deal with Monty on the line. While Rebecca Falcone, Kayla Wallace, is hateful after Cooper's successful negotiation, Nathan stays quiet. He knows the company lost money, but he understands the settlement is fair. Nathan is the audience's baseline of what's right and wrong, making him a vital element in Landman as it navigates its controversial storylines. According to Just Jared, Colmfior is reportedly returning for Landman Season 2. The news is promising for the show's sophomore run, since Nathan is a staple around Tommy's house, and his absence would shake up what works. Moreover, Fear's casting is good news for the show's continued success, because his character will continue to be the audience's mouthpiece for what's reasonable. Nathan is the viewer avatar in the story, anticipating and reflecting the audience's reaction to the otherwise wild and untamed antics of the other Landman characters who run the show. Nathan is an average character. While that may rank him pretty low among Landman's best characters, I would argue it makes him one of the most vital. If we didn't have Nathan, essential Landman moments would lack a moral center, While lawlessness is a theme Sheridan commonly pulls from the Western genre, Nathan's goodness balances the Landman story, where a moral compass is required. Landman's cast is stacked with stars to support Thornton's performance, and explaining more of Nathan's background and adding depth to Fewer's character would make Season 2 even stronger. When Taylor Sheridan's latest show premiered, it brought with it the rugged landscapes, complex characters, and gripping drama that fans have come to expect from his storytelling. Season 1 laid the groundwork, introducing us to powerful players, ranchers, oil tycoons, government officials, and the ever-present forces of nature. But as Season 2 unfolds, one unexpected character is emerging as more crucial than anyone initially realized: a supporting landman. For those unfamiliar with the term, a landman is someone who negotiates and secures land and mineral rights, often navigating the murky waters between landowners and energy companies. While the first season may have positioned the landman as a background figure, an intermediary handling paperwork and contracts, the new season is showing how deeply this role is entwined with the story's heart. The landman's quiet power. At first glance, a landman might seem like a mere functionary, a paper pusher in a world of hardened cowboys and ruthless billionaires. But in Sheridan's universe, no character is without depth or consequence. This particular landman isn't just brokering deals. He's uncovering secrets buried beneath the land itself, both figuratively and literally. Unlike a traditional protagonist with a badge or a six-shooter, this landman wields power through knowledge and negotiation. He understands not only contracts, but also the weight of history attached to the land. He's the bridge between tradition and progress, between the landowners who have lived on the soil for generations, and the corporations looking to extract resources for profit. This tension is central to Season 2's conflicts, making the landman's role a battleground for competing interests. The hidden conflict beneath the surface. Sheridan has a knack for exploring the costs of power and the consequences of land disputes. In this season, our landman isn't just pushing papers. He's digging up old records, uncovering forgotten claims, and revealing injustices that have been swept under the rug for decades. The tension escalates when he stumbles upon discrepancies in land deeds that challenge the legitimacy of a powerful family's claim. This discovery doesn't just put him in the crosshairs of corporate interests. It also pulls him into a deeply personal struggle. The ranchers who have trusted him are now looking to him as their last line of defense, while the energy company executives are threatening to ruin his career, or worse. His moral dilemma becomes a defining aspect of the season. Should he stay silent and protect his own security, or should he take a stand, knowing that the truth he uncovers could lead to dangerous repercussions? It's classic Sheridan storytelling, putting characters in impossible situations and forcing them to reveal who they really are. A wild card in a high-stakes game. The landman's presence also adds an unpredictable element to the power struggles at play. Unlike the oil barons or cattle ranchers, he's not wholly loyal to one side or the other. His allegiance is to the truth, or at least to his own survival. This makes him an invaluable yet volatile player in the unfolding drama. His interactions with other key characters are particularly telling. With the ranchers, he's seen as a reluctant ally, someone they're not sure they can trust but desperately need. With the corporate moguls, he's a potential asset who might become a liability if he grows a conscience. And then there's the law, federal investigators who see him as a key to unraveling a much larger web of corruption. It's these shifting alliances and ever-present threats that make the landman one of the most intriguing figures in Season 2. He's not a traditional hero, but he's not a villain either. He's simply trying to navigate a world where every choice has consequences, and every deal comes with a cost. the Landman as the show's emotional core. Beyond the external conflicts, the Landman's journey also provides one of the most human elements of the season. He's not a man born into power, but someone who has worked his way up, often at the expense of his own moral compass. Throughout the season, we see glimpses of his past: a father who lost his land due to a bad deal, a mentor who warned him about the dangers of getting too close to powerful men. These moments of introspection make him more than just a plot device. They turn him into a fully realized character with personal stakes in the fight. His struggle isn't just about contracts and land rights. It's about redemption. By standing up for what's right, he has a chance to rewrite his own story, to become something more than a pawn in someone else's game. And in a show that thrives on larger-than-life figures, this understated yet deeply personal transformation makes the Landman one of the most compelling characters of the season.